Hello everyone, Dickfaka, and welcome back to some more Outer Worlds. We left off talking to Harem here, and he just has a whole bunch of intelligence stuff. Yeah, I know, the universe isn't going to give you no slack. So about that
Yes,
ship.
the one that crashed. I saw it on the security feed. A bit grainy, but an invigorating watch all the same. What about it?
It was pretty wild, wasn't it? You sharing an experience of seeing a crash like that? Why would I say something like that to another human being? Where do you think the shame came from? The crash due to parts failure, Senja, and they decided to work together. They're going to have to go for so number 4.
Oh, that's a good one. You're not serious, are you? Yes, well, let's see how long that lasts.
It'll last, damn it. The ship crashed due to parts failure.
Replacement parts are rare, so the cost of even a simple repair can exceed an arm and a leg. I take it you investigated the wreckage?
Found a recording from the crew chief engineer. Just a wild guess. Engineering. The inside was a complete wreck. I'd say the problem origin. The engines.
Don't guess the captain would have quite pegged the price of disrepair being the cost of their lives, but these things happen. A shame. I would have enjoyed investigating the mystery further.
The ship crashed due to parts failure.
I take it you...
Yes, I did. Found the recordings of the crew chief engineer.
Out, eh? Well, can't refute facts in the face of solid evidence. A shame. I would have enjoyed investigating.
Yeah, loops back. Figured as much. Where do you think the ship came
The board
from?
has a blockade of gunships that patrol Monarch. Not a ton, mind you. Just enough to deter the masses. I am curious as to what downed it. A faulty part wouldn't be wholly unusual. The supply for new mechanicals is tight.
I already said that.
Unsolved puzzles really torque my sprockets. If you find out what happened, sell me the info.
I just told you the info for free instead of selling it to you. That's fine.
Is this bonding? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't really like it either. I went with number 1.
You'll be asking me how I got the scar on my chin when I was 11.
How did you get the scar on your chin? You can barely see it.
Most of it's underneath along my jaw, but yes, it seems to have faded with time. Moral of the story is, never run with scissors.
Oh, simple kid lessons.
What could be causing it? The glare from the terminal screen, or something else?
It's probably me, but I'd like to secure some information.
Business is good on account of you, and hard work deserves a return on investment. Ask me what you will.
I already did all that stuff. Don't know why the original thing was still white.
Oh, great.
It's fine.
I love doing pro bono work for friends.
Aw, you called us friends. I'd normally entertain your self-aggrandizing
first time meeting.
delusions, but this time it's important.
Important to you is not the same as important to me. Although I do recognize that you may have earned some goodwill during your months laboring for me.
Persuade, she's your friend, she's in need. Intimidate, lie. I'm gonna sneeze. I almost panicked and not panicked, but I almost hit the mute button on my mic, where I have a mute button on the stream deck now. That's way easier. So I was like, ah, blah, blah, blah. It happens. We're getting used to the stream deck. I'm gonna persuade.
On my heartstrings, why
she's
don't
friends. Right.
Look, I'll do what I can.
I sneezed in my hand and then wiped it all over my face.
Rebecca Hodges and Anders Wadsworth.
That was brilliant, everybody.
They took a UDL contract back when Monarch went to ship, and I need to find them. I believe them to be on Terra 2.
If UDL hired 2 hunters back then, it would have been for creature clearing purposes, round 1 of their Spacer's Choice outposts. These are the coordinates for the outpost under the last UDL contract. Now scram. And, good luck.
Oh, he warmed up to us.
Nyoka, pick me up some Stimulotion and a bottle of purple berry wine when you're next in Stellar Bay.
Okay. A really weird comment to say. And I was gonna pick perks and talents off camera, but I didn't, so they're just gonna sit on my screen, and I'm sure that drives some people nuts, including me, so you know what? We're gonna do it on camera again. Where is perception? Because there's roles that I can't choose perception. Is that one of the base ones? Yes. Huh. And I have very low perception. Well, that's problematic, to say the least. That was a weird way to say least, but fine. We will not be dealing with that. And Ellie gives a lot to medical. A whole lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I know normally it's not going to be that high when I swap back to my other people. Also, my hack and lockpicking without those other two guys is depressingly low. Plus, there's the negatives going. But it's fine. We'll push persuade up to 5-5. Continue that whole little thing. Now, the reason I want to do this off camera is the perks. Because I'm really kind of running out of things I really use. To be totally honest, 25% chance for who on critical hit, chance to reset goals pain with another commander's ability. Yeah. This really don't do much for me. I mean, I could start focusing on more headshots. I mean, I try and do fairly good with that anyways. This, like I said though, this is exactly why I wanted this off camera. So really... Sure, why not? Might do this one next, just to lower vendor prices, because I have been buying a lot from vendors.
I don't know what the game's like on Terra 2.
I mean, they are correct. That is a pretty big gun. Fallbrook has the waypoint in it. Because it wants me to go back to my ship. Yes, it is! Da, 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 da. Look at us being all smart and fancy.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members, Ellie...
I'm not really looking for them at all, so that's fine. There's still a bunch of plans we haven't done really.
About Edgewater, Captain.
Yeah, it happens. You know,
Stay safe out there.
just the normal Edgewater stuff. I'd say it's been a while since we've been here, but it really hasn't. I think it was like 2 episodes ago we made a stop by here. We do have some vendors here to check, like always. Hammer it down, not seeing anything versus just the cost. Same there. I'm pretty sure that's an upgraded plasma rifle thing, isn't it? I don't want it, but no, it's the same. I just like making stuff up here. Guess this will be the closest place we can fast travel. Hopefully all these robots aren't back up and they don't engage me the second I pop out here. Running right through the factory is the safest option. It does not look like the automatrons have been automatrons, whatever. The robots have not respawned. Tamed. Just run right up on these guys. Swap down to this. Yeah, it probably is. Spray and pray. What am I stuck on? Who put a box there? No one likes boxes. I don't even know why I'm running away. We're so seemingly overgeared and invincible that there's just no point at all. All of this has already been looted, I'm 99% sure, because of how... I want to say, well, I clear maps the first time through, but like then there's times where I find whole areas that I must have missed because they're completely repopped. Now, it's all kind of confusing.
The door's busted. Rebecca? Anders? You in there? Huh. Rebecca taught me this once. You can jerry-rig these old locks so as they don't open anymore. But we've only ever done that if we're in a real bind. Here, I'll fix it.
Are these buildings really that, like, bunker impossible tight? I mean, they got windows. You can't break open the windows. I guess I don't know what technology they're made out of, but, like, everyone just seems to lock a door, and then enemies that are very heavily armed just can't seem to get in or do anything about it.
Oh no. What did you do?
You guys kill each other?
This looks bad.
Is this a murder-suicide or double suicide? Kind of like shit's hit the fan, we're kind of screwed. I'm looting your friends. It's fine. But I guess no honor among thieves. Okay. Its display is faded and the buttons are almost entirely rusted through, but you can still make out the bits and pieces of what look like Rohik's final entries. Law helped me, but Anderson was right. We never should have taken this contract. I thought Monarch was bad, but this is unbearable. Everyone here is blind or addled or don't know what. The towns won't let us walk in without an employment contract. I can't even find someone to let me send a message for all capable folk here. We're stuck. Back home we had to fight for every meal because there were no meals that you didn't make yourself. Here there's plenty, but nobody's allowed to give you one. We've been stealing bits and pieces of life from wherever we can. Okay. Really weird. Anderson is about ready to sign up, offers his life and service to Spacer's Choice just so he can take a shower. Clara, I hope the architect this never reaches you. Oh, the architect is the god in this place. My brain. Today I'm just not here. But on the off chance it does, I want to say I'm sorry. Anderson and I fucked up. We didn't take the contract for the bits, or you didn't take it because Primals sounded cool. We took it because we wanted out. Monarch's a living hell. We were sick of it getting sick. Of boiled reptile and stinking like sulfur, no matter how hard you scrub, of fighting day in and day out. We're exhausted. We thought we could use the contract money to find a place here. Settle down, but this place ain't any better. It's just different. We're starving all the same. We never should have left. I just thought maybe we could do better. I miss you, kid. Marauders at the door. Anderson bled out. I'm on my way. I won't let them get me. Not alive anyways. I've seen what those monsters do. So she killed herself. He bled out.
Bitch! They were all set to abandon us! What would Clara say, huh? Every day she'd ask if we heard from you. And she'd have forgiven you. The kid had a soul that made the sulfur smell like roses. Ugh. Hard to leave your medallions to rot with you, but Clara would want to be buried with her sister.
Got some anger in you there. But yeah, I mean, they did kind of abandon you, but also it's something that's not conveyed really well in video games. Like, it does, like, when they were talking about everything smelling like sulfur, including them again, I had honestly forgot that that whole planet just smells like that. Ooh, almost got stuck there. So I don't think it's the best mechanic to make a planet seem worse for people, but I guess there's people that are much better with the whole reading and remembering and just staying stuck in with the lore and everything. But I don't know. What you got to say?
At least I know. Ought to have learned by now that getting one's hopes up tends to open them to being dashed across the stars.
Yeah, it happens.
I hate to say this, but Clara died thinking her sister was still fighting to get back home. I think I'm glad. If she were still alive now, it'd break her to know the truth.
She'd still want to know just the same as you did. I'd have kept it from her. No, I would tell her.
Maybe.
Honesty.
I'm used to disappointment. She was still so naive as to let it hurt her every time it happened. Only thing left is to take these medallions home, which means figuring out how to bait the Mana Queen out of our old base. The most pissed off I've ever seen a queen was when a foreign species was on her soil. I'd wager the stench of a primal might do the trick.
Why don't we just go into her little lair and kill her? But it's fine. I've killed plenty of Manta Queens. They're not hard to kill. Might do it. I don't think there's anything about the wilderness you don't know. You're guessing here. I'm finding sure. I'd rather just go in there guns a-blazing.
No. We need a plan. You may be a capable sort, but so are my friends. I ain't making that mistake twice.
Shit
Never
under
had
my
the
mouse.
pleasure of hunting primals, but I hear they're all over Scylla. Let's tear a few apart, shall we? I'm sure they've got pheromones. Everything does.
It's like, that is just obnoxious. Like, I just have to run all over the fucking galaxy. Not even the galaxy, the solar system. Because she thinks she knows better than her captain when her captain has killed like 40 manta queens.
Require evacuating.
You stop, like, trying to seduce Sam. But it's fine. You want to seduce Sam, you can do just seduce Sam. But, like,
Destination reached.
whatever.
Scylla.
It's fine. They like to pretend that every companion has been with us this whole time, and then they're like, oh, a manta queen? You need to be all special. Instead of just whooping its ass like you do all the other manta queens. She wants us to kill primals. Did these primals repop? Yeah. I wonder if they repop over and over again because they're linked to quests that I hadn't done. That would, okay, it didn't kill me this time. Touche. Supposed to use the elevator, which does, you know, kinda sorta make sense. 63 stuff. I was curious if it would kill me, and the answer is yes. It will continue. It will kill you. Not continue, but kill you. It crushes you like every other game in all video games. But again, that was for science. Might not have seemed like it was for science because like I just ran right into it, but like my brain went, that's an elevator. In every other game, it crushes and kills you. I wonder if it'll do it in this game, and then I did it in that split second. Yeah, I'm slow. Let's chop. Legs busted, it's fine. Legs gonna be busted again, but it's also again fine. Outlaw Striker, you're gonna lose. Oh, lose your head is what I was trying to say, and then I would. I should just edit that out. You guys don't need to see my terrible aim, right? I did also buy a new 244 hertz monitor, which should help with tracking and also other stuff if what I've read is correctly. We'll see though. Hey, primal person, but I'm just not. Oh, were you gonna do something? No, you weren't. Yeah, like that wasn't that hard. Given these weren't the manta queens, but also the manta queens would suffer the same sort of fate. I could just loot these things with. All we had to do was get one of them? No, okay, so I do have to kill the other 3 camps. Did pull the trigger, it just didn't register. There we go. That should make the primal burst out of the ground right in front of me, and then they'll immediately drop them, because I will health them. How'd that work out for you, buddy? Why I swapped this weapon? I don't know. Something different to use. Plus I've got so much ammo, it's kind of ridiculous. Might as well just spray into some guys. I'm not a big fan of the anything that can burrow just kind of irks me the wrong way. I also don't like invincible timers and stuff. I think it's kind of lame. But then again, you're just kind of standing around. In a lot of games they do invincible mechanics because having to deal damage and deal with the mechanic is a little, or deal with an attack the mob is doing, like getting out of an AoE, is a lot for a lot of people, so they make it so you only have to focus on one thing, like evading instead of evading and damaging.
He couldn't hit the broadside of an assault cruiser, hence the tin shredder.
Wouldn't be the first man I met bearing compensation for his lack of skill.
You girls. You have anything new to say? No, you don't. Just curious. I still do not understand what's random mining joint in there. Unless it's a reference to something that I do not know. Which is probably more likely the case, to be totally honest. There's a lot of references I don't know. From older sci-fi and stuff. This thing is still so freaking cool. ambient sounds it makes. Another primal, Mercam. You. No, not really. They're kind of super easy to clear out and pretty damn good XP too, for how easy they are to clear out. Given, just like a lot of RPGs nowadays, questing is by far the best way to level. Were you trying to go to sleep, buddy? Because your head just blew off. A single spawn? No, it was not. He should pop out super low HP and they should just delete him. Still pushing towards this last primal spawn. Take you. I just had to look down at the stream deck to make sure I didn't have the voice changer still on. Because I guarantee you at some point I'm going to do an entire episode of something sounding like a little child or some shit with a voice changer. Of course, it's always the last when you kill. That statement is full of all kinds of ironic statements. That's not even a proper sentence. It's just usually the last thing you kill, because why would you kill anything else after you already got the item you want? But like, the statement also means like if you have 3 choices, it's usually the third one. Drops it. Stop being weird, primal. Thank you. Just die. Give me all your fat loots. Appreciate it. Still argue that the primals are harder to kill than primal brutes are harder than manticoons, so we're doing all this stuff to get manticoons. Combat drones, they keep repopping too. You know, I went to melee with V, and I cannot. Is that Warframe? There's some game that melee is V, and the only one I could think of is Warframe. It was literally just muscle memory. I was like, melee V, and I used her ability. Being that whole variety YouTuber, streamer, whatever, variety content creator leads you to just, man, you play so many games, you get mixed controls all the time, it happens. Back up the elevator. I'm supposed to actually talk to her, not go back up the elevator. It's fine. Well, let's go. Tell me how we have to hunt a mana queen.
I can't wait.
I mean, she is.
What's up?
You wanted me to talk to you. These clans are gross. Take them, please. Can I ask you something? You mind heading to the ship for a bit? Sure, you've got all manner of hunting stories. Can you tell me one? Let's go with that.
I took a job once to clear out a rat nest. Partnered up with a fellow out of Fallbrook who called himself Dirty Don.
Dirty
Bit on
Don.
the shorter side. Had a penchant for cards. Thing is, he introduces himself and the man is immaculate. Clean. He had a flowery presence to him. A pleasantness that didn't invade your space. He was just there and you were glad for it.
Interesting. Why was he called Dirty Don? Oh, I can think of other things.
When we set out to hunt down the Raptidons, I found out firsthand where his nickname came from. Dirty Don killed those Raptidons with his bare hands. His bare fucking hands, Captain. He was a whirlwind of grotesque primal fury.
Jeez.
In the end, he stood drenched in blood over the entrails of a dozen raps. If he had a scratch on him, I wouldn't have been able to tell. It was glorious.
Damn, I'd love to have been there. What happened to him? Is he still out there tearing up the wildlife? That doesn't sound... Or it sounds like a psycho. I mean, it sounds like
Day
a
came when he
badass.
tried to take on a mana queen. Got himself eaten one limb at a time. Wonder if he tasted like soap. Oh,
Well, that's
well,
unfortunate.
live and learn. No matter how tough you are, if you're gonna fight something bigger than you, bring a firearm.
I mean, I'd bring a firearm to fight Raptidons. Why the hell did I take the elevator up here, everybody? So, why did that
What's
end
up?
the conversation with you? These clans are gross. Please take
Outstanding.
them.
These ought to be enough. Let's get back to Monarch. There's an old base I used to call home. I can get us in the door, but we'll have to shoot our way through the Queen's brood to get to the center. We'll set the bait there. Password to the door is Charon.
Charon. What's Charon?
Hayes' idea. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca, Opal, Nyoka. Charon. He said it was some old myth. Something about death and all the things we killed. Rest of us just thought it sounded cool, so here we are.
I see. Remind me, what is this base again? About time we're gonna kill this Mana Queen.
Fucking right we are.
Remind me, what's this
It's
base
an old
again?
cave system we tried to turn into an encampment. You'll see when we get there.
Do it. Throw down. Whoop some ass. But you guys know what? We're out of time for this episode, so we're gonna end this here. Me playing little jumpity roonies up on this platform. I'm surprised I actually did it in 2 tries. I suck at platformers. I really do appreciate y'all stopping by. I'll finish off this quest in the next episode, and I'll see you guys later. Dig big out.
You should have